There we go. Recording is starting. Yeah, welcome everybody.
Welcome. Fantastic. This Sunday here, it's 6 o'clock for us, David, and we are, and Susanne also, also in Europe. So we are here in the evening, a summer evening. So welcome so much. We are in Stockholm, the capital of Sweden, and we have a beautiful summer actually here. Everybody's very happy after long winter. So welcome so much.
Yeah, so we just start with a simple presentation. So I'm Ulf. I work with trauma tapping since 2000. I don't remember. My God,
10, I think.
10, I think. And before that, I was working with hypnotherapy. So for me, this was a trip where I found Gunilla because I was looking for a tool that didn't need or require language. Because I was working with hypnotherapy and NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, if you know about that, and a lot of other techniques. So I was looking for the language-free way. And I found Gunilla, and when she came back to Sweden after a long trip, she trained me. And I joined up and we went to Rwanda together, and we've been doing quite a lot of stuff since. So I'm thrilled to be here, happy to be with you, and we hope to show you whatever we're doing. And most of all, it's not what we're doing, it's the way we do it. It's the attitude, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the technique itself, you will get it in 10 minutes. Or just watching a video or something, really. But the approach, that's what you see, is a bit different. So, yeah, and I'm Gunilla. And was trained in TFT, the original tapping technique, thought field therapy. I was telling a bit to Stephen here just before, by a Norwegian teacher called Mats Uldal in Sweden in 2006. After that, I went to teach this in Rwanda together with my mentor that I found through an article, the first scientific article about tapping that was published in a scientific journal about these 5 psychologists who went to Kosovo after the war. In 2000, they went there 2000 to 2002. So the main writer, the main author of that article, called Dr. Carl Johnson, I contacted him and asked if I could learn from him about trauma and about treating trauma, because I had since before been to many places where people have been living through a lot of conflict, violence, and war. So that was the first time we went was in 2007 to Rwanda. And since then, simplifying to make it possible for people to learn this technique. And out of the TFT then evolved after some years this TTT, as simple to make it possible for anybody to learn, for anybody to use, without language, without a lot of different things, or not without a lot of different things, but using only those components that seems to be needed. So yeah, it's been going, and it's fantastic. I say my salary is always all these smiles. Okay, good. So that's me, and then you can ask any questions about all our the history or anything. So yeah. So before we ask you to present yourself, we want to do something that we often start our trainings with, because we try to do this training as if you were here with us. So we will also do some exercises with you, of course, not only the tapping, but some other exercises that we always do. So we will do a greeting that David has already done, because we met in the Netherlands a month ago. And the greeting is a greeting, we call it the greeting of joy, because we learned it in a rehabilitation center for women who've been subjected to gender-based violence in the Congo, in Bukavu, in DRC, in the Democratic Republic of Congo. It's a rehabilitation center for these young women. They go for training for 6 months, and they have a lot of different tools. So we have been there to teach this tapping and other things, and then they were teaching us this greeting. So this comes from Congo. And it goes like this. You just watch it like this. I'll try to be in the picture also. So thank you. It goes like this. Oh, I try to be here because it's there. Okay. So now you just do this with us. So it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I never counted this before. Anyway, so we do it together once more, okay? And you join in too. 1, 2, 3. Okay, once more. 1, 2, 3.
Now stay like that. Stay like that with your arms. And that's usually what we ask people to do, because that's a pose that has to do with power posing and how that affects the body. And as you can see, hopefully now, that's also the happy pose of the grasshopper. So when you have this pose for around 3 to 5 minutes, you're actually affecting your body chemistry. It's an Amy Cuddy TED Talk, and she was studying how the body actually regulates hormones and how you can reverse engineer that. So you're simply right now manufacturing dopamine, and you're giving yourself happy hormones and reward hormones. And, you know, it's just a little happy moment of doing that.
And then you can even increase it by putting a pen in your mouth, because then your mouth will be doing a smile. So if you have a pen, you can try this also. And it's even nice because you start sounding very funny when you're talking.
Yeah. A lot of people think you're stupid, but it actually makes people happy.
Because this is, I mean, it is Amy Cuddy, she says like this, we will send you the link for the video. She says, make it, not fake it, you make it, you become it. Because the nervous system reacts in that way, saying, oh shit, she's actually happy, even if you're not happy. And then even putting your chin a bit up towards the sky, or the ceiling, the sky, will also give the signals to the nervous system, as well as the smile of feeling power and joy. So that is a very good and very simple way of starting something. So we often start our actually workshops with these simple exercises. Also, you can take down your arms now if you have them still up, because it also makes you strong because you're having your arms up. So it's like exercise. But it is it's also with this clapping when you do it together in a group, because that is one of the things we keep doing, is to teach this in group settings. It makes the group become coherent, so that you are joining together, so that everybody gets the feeling of doing things together. So that is has many different components in that very simple routine. It also has another meaning. Any of you get some associations? You start with like this, and then this. Anybody got some associations to that? About some kind of symbolic gesture?
Sure.
Yeah.
For me, it's like I'm greeting or giving blessings to myself, to another, and then to all.
Exactly. So that is how we say it. It is because you first have to help yourself before you help others. So it's got to bless yourself and then bless others, and then you can help others. But you also need strength. And we take strength from universe, from God, from nature, whatever. I mean, that is from the atmosphere. It's something that is above us, or your higher self. So this is like the symbolic meaning of this. So it's yourself, help others, and then the rest of the world, but also get your strength back. Okay.
We often also do the analogy or the metaphor of the oxygen mask on the airplane, because if you want to help other people, you need to help yourself first. So first take care of yourself, then take care of other people, you know, and after that, you can also save the world if you need to. But it's vital that you find your own calm and resilience before you try to help others with it. All right. So what we usually do is we want it to be a group experience, and we're going to try to do this, you know, exactly the same way we do it live with you all on this webinar. So we're just going to go around, and every person gets to say their name. You know, you just say, hi, I'm Susan, for example. When she has said that, we all say, hello, Susan, just like that. After that, Susan can simply say, you know, what her expectation is for this webinar, for this training, if anything is stressful in her life, and what she usually does to relax from stress already. All the people to connect to their own experience, to be on the same place before we start showing a different way of doing it.
And please also add where geographically you are.
Yeah.
Where on this.
So name and country, your expectation, things that might stress you, and what you do to relieve yourself from stress. But after saying the name and country, we all say the same name. Can we try this? It's going to be fantastic. Yeah. And Susan, why don't you start?
Okay. Hi, my name is Susanne.
Hello, Susan.
Hello, Susan.
Susanne. And I'm from Sweden. For about, I think it's 250 kilometers north of Stockholm. And it's summer here too. My expectations, I want to learn more about, just for myself, to handle stress, and for my clients to find some tools where I don't have to use words, because they have a lot of refugees, is it that word? In Sweden, from other countries.
Yes.
And I want to work with them. So, and what's stressful for me is where there's a lot of expectations. You have to do that, you have to do this, and listen to me, and listen to a lot of people and what they want. That's very stressful for me. And if I can, the best thing for me is to go out in the nature, go down to the sea or out in the forest, alone or with my dogs.
Okay, good.
That's the best thing.
Great.
Excellent.
Thank you so much. What about you, Emily? We see you, like, I mean, in this circle. You come after Susan.
Okay. Hi, I'm Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Emily.
Outside of Philadelphia. And I guess my expectation, or what I'd love to get out of this webinar is, I think, a simplified form. I've learned a lot of tools over the years. A simplified form to easily be in a place of showing others something they can do for themselves without too much explanation, too much background, just to give them an experience that they can draw on for themselves. And also so that eventually maybe I could do more very focused humanitarian relief, you know, in the future, just building a foundation for that. And what stresses me?
Let's hear.
I guess, you know, I think I overwhelm myself. I overschedule myself, and probably because there's this deeper underlying stress of, like, I've got to do so much to feel like I'm accomplishing things in the world. So I'd like to, like, smooth that out so I live a more, I would say, peaceful life.
Mm-hmm. And what do you do to get more peaceful?
What do I do? I use TAT sometimes to come back to myself. I'll just do some meditation with my hands on my heart, and breathing. Like, I'm really learning that breathing is the foundation for everything. So reminding myself to, like, pause and breathe deeper.
That's great.
Excellent. Have you listened to Sadhguru?
To who?
Sadhguru.
No.
He's a guru from India. Well, he's pretty funny. He just says, it's easy to discover that breathing is so vital. You know, just try holding your nose and holding your mouth.
I know, right? Yeah. So I'm learning that. Yeah.
Excellent.
Good.
Great. Thanks, Emily. So in our circle, it's Stephen.
Okay, Steve Carter from outside Baltimore, Maryland, USA.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Steve.
Hi,
Stephen.
Stephen.
Steve or Stephen? Steve or Stephen?
Steve is fine.
Okay. Hi, Steve.
I like to keep things concise, simple, and so.
Perfect.
Let's see here. I came to EFT, TFT, and so forth through a variety of sources, and like Ulf, I started out in hypnosis, NLP, back in the 90s, and was working for Bank of America, and our home has always been in Maryland, but corporate life being what it is, I moved at different places and then flew home or drove home on the weekends. And in Charlotte, I happened to, when I was working there, meet one of Gary Craig's original founding masters, Jan Luther. And when I saw what she was doing, I sat in her class. I was running a quantum touch, helping to run a quantum touch circle for a Unity church there. And I happened to sit into one of her meetings, and I thought, this is the silliest thing I've ever seen.
This is the silliest thing.
EFT.
Yeah, of course.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm looking around, people are tapping. And then a few months later, here I am doing the same sorts of things. Certified under Gary Craig. And then when things kind of got interesting there, I trained with the Callahans and became a certified TFT practitioner, and have collected a variety of different methods along the way. Tapping, energy psychology, and energy medicine, and so forth. I am not a licensed therapist. I consider myself a coach, and I've been doing client work since about 2008. What stresses me? Well, in addition to seeing clients, my wife and I also run the Cancer Support Foundation. She's the co-founder of that foundation, and we've helped well over 10,000 people, about 1,000 people a year, and that really is a full-time job. So I really have 2 full-time jobs. So it's balancing priorities, time pressures, and so forth. My personal processes in stress management or stress mastery, my preferred term is certainly the tapping in all shades, meditation, the breath work, somatic methods, stroking, loving touch, to get in touch, get out of my mind into my body, and literally let that stress flow, soften and flow.
Great.
Wonderful.
And thanks for that work you do. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Blessings to you. So, what about Raya? You want to go?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Good. Yeah, so I am currently my name is Raya Key. I'm currently in San Diego.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi,
Hi, Raya. San Diego, California. Been working with different healing modalities since '76, but for the last number of years, never did it full time. Last number of years, I've been involved in parental health care and now getting a house together. And some of the stresses for me is I'm not a good multitasker, but I'm been needing to multitask, not getting enough sleep, and generally deal with fatigue a lot. And ways I deal with that vary. Work a lot with nutrition, with I do some shaking, breath work, energy work, things of that nature. Walking out in nature, and yeah, and I got a dog too.
Great. Wonderful, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Excellent. So what about you, Bert?
Hey, I'm Bert,
Hi, Bert.
Hi, Bert.
Hi, Bert.
and I live in Paducah, Kentucky, which for you from other countries, that's in about the south central United States. And speaking of said guru, we have a Isha Center close to here. Well, actually, it's in Tennessee, but not too far from here. I'm a retired clinical psychologist. I usually say I'm a recovering psychologist, and I've been recovering for quite a long time. It's been about 10 years since I retired, and so I really have very little stress in my life. The most stress I have is like just for the past couple of days, my iPhone crashed, and I can't fix it. It's got all kinds of photos, and I've got audio stuff on it and everything, and I don't want to lose my data. And I'm trying to, I'm fretting about that. And then my car lights went on and wouldn't go off, and I had to deal with it. So that, that's the kind of stress I have, which is like nothing, basically. So I really have a fairly stress-free life. And the way I like to fill my time is, actually doing humanitarian work, which is I've been doing quite a bit of. I actually got the opportunity to go to Rwanda in 2009 with Lori Layden and Barbara Stone and Chris Lohman. So that was a wonderful experience. And when I came, and I've been interested in energy psychology since the first time I read or saw an ad actually in the Social Networker for Roger Callahan's work, Cure Phobia in 5 minutes. And, if you're a clinician, you're always looking for the thing that works the fastest and the quickest and the easiest. And so get your attention, and it got my attention, and I got interested in energy psychology. That's probably been 25 or 30 years ago. And then I followed everything, joined ACEP and got involved with a lot of things that were going on in ACEP, and did all, you go to ACEP meetings, they're wonderful meetings, and I don't go anymore, but anyway, so the way I fill my time is I try to spend time with my grandchildren, especially my newest granddaughter, who's going to be 3 in about a month, a little bit over a month. And, if you have children or grandchildren, you know how invigorating and how it really intoxicating can be to be around children who are just so innocent and teach us so much about being natural and spontaneous. And I think that's what drew me to Ulf and Ganilla's work, because of the spontaneity of it and the simplicity of it, of all the different energy modalities that I've used and come across. I like TTT the best because of its universality and its simplicity, and the fact that really there are no rules other than, if you miss a point, big deal. If your heart is full of care for other people, and I do believe the techniques work, but I don't think you have to do them exactly. And a lot of the training I've been to, you got to do this and this and this, and if you don't do it, even Roger Callahan, with his modality, if you don't do it exactly right, at least it used to be that way. If you don't do it exactly right, you've got it wrong. And I don't like anything that makes you feel wrong. So I think TTT, you really can't do it. You can't do it wrong. So that's what I like about it. That's probably enough babbling from me.
Good.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Bert.
You're welcome.
So, how about you, Santa? Welcome.
Hi, thank you. I was glad to get here today. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I was a recovering psychotherapist. I started my field. I started, doing my work in that field for about 10 years, and I left the field because I couldn't get better from a lot of childhood traumas, and I felt like there was something missing, and I didn't know what it was at that point. So my foray into the energy psychology was in the early 90s, where my friend said, go do this alchemy work, which was alchemical hypnotherapy, and it literally changed and started healing my life. And I said, I need to learn how to do more of this. So since that time, I trained pretty vigorously in the alchemical approach, and then EFT came onto the scene for me in the early 2000s. So I've done a lot of study with EFT and went through the gold standard and all of that. And I also do the family constellation work, which talks about inherited trauma and how we inherit those stresses and struggles along with the successes and brown eyes of the family. So I kind of weave all of this together in my current work here in Pittsburgh. So I do have a national client base, do some work on Skype, some work here, and works really good. I can get in and get out now. And I think the missing piece for me way back when was like internal wisdom and knowledge, and how do I connect people with their own healing capabilities. And because my belief is that if you have the problem, you also have the solution. And so I facilitate that process. And my life has healed in leaps and bounds too, because I feel like I sit before myself every day. So I kind of have to be up on my own game in order to be helpful to people. So that's basically it. What stresses me? Not a whole lot these days. I don't know. I kind of worked toward, I'm also a yoga instructor. So I really work toward kind of sustaining a core and a balance in my life and set priorities, not only in terms of how I manage, but what I stress about. So, but when you have these tools, it gives you an opportunity to just take care of it right away. So that's what I do. When I feel I'm veering off, I come right back. So that's it.
Okay. And we never said hi. We were supposed to say, all of us to say hi to you with your name in the beginning.
Oh,
we say,
hi.
Hi, Dana.
Hello.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So, David.
So, hi, my name is David.
Hi, David.
Hi, David.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I hope you understand my English as it's not my language.
It's not yours either.
Yeah. Well, I think I have to say a little bit of myself to get into the program and share a little bit of my experience as well. Susan said something about refugees, so I'm a refugee myself, originally from Eritrea. Now I live in Netherlands. It's been 8 months since I came to Netherlands, and only 2 weeks since I officially get my status to stay in the country. So you can imagine I'm super happy at the moment.
Congrats.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yes, thank you. I have been working as a volunteer in the last 8 months, trying to help fellow Iraqis, but also refugees from other countries like Syria, Iraq, and Iran in many ways. Just been active in the camp, trying to organize some social and cultural activities. And while doing this, we ended up meeting Gunilla.
Somebody has somebody talking behind, so that takes over. Please, can you close the door? The one who has somebody in the room. I think it's you, Sanna. No?
I can't shut the door, but I'll go mention it. I'll be right back.
You can just mute your mic when you're listening.
Mute your mic.
Sana.
Mute your mic, please.
Just mute your mic. There's a mute in the bottom left corner. See, perfect.
Perfect. Please, David.
Yeah. Okay. So while doing all these volunteer activities, I ended up meeting Gunilla because she came to give a workshop for refugees and their